So what up YouTube, it's your boy Tangeni once again. I'm back with another video. So as usual, today I'm going to do our weekly forex market analysis for this upcoming week. So if you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, comment below if you have any pair that you usually trade but you see that I did not include it in our forex factory video. You can drop it in a comment section so that next time when I make a video, I will include it in our weekly analysis. So guys, as usual, we start with a DXY analysis. As you can see on the chart, we are on a DXY. As you can see, this is our DXY day on the daily time frame, as you can see. So now, okay, so here now we see that, okay, we have our supply zone up here. So this is our supply zone up here. So, and that is where I expect price to go, because we have an imbalance which is up here. This is an imbalance that we have up here. And also, let me just go on H4 to show you clearly what is happening there. Okay, on H4, as you can see, here is an imbalance that has to be filled before price moves down. And we are building liquidity to the on the upper side, that has to be filled or collected first before the move to the downside starts, as you can see here. And we also have liquidity to the downside, so we have to take out this low for the market to continue moving down. So now we are waiting for a lower higher to to happen, to form a this supply zone. So I do not have too much on the DXY. As you can see, this is our analysis on the DXY. So let me just quickly zoom out so that you can see the trend. So as you can see here, guys, the trend is uh, lower low, lower higher, lower low, and lower higher. So we are expecting a potential lower higher here at this supply zone, guys, as you can see. So I do not have too much uh, on the DXY. So let's move on Euro USD. Okay, now looking on Euro USD, as you can see, we are on H4. Let me just quickly go on daily because my higher time frame is daily, as you can see. So we have, as you can see here, we left an imbalance. We left an imbalance here that should be filled. Let me just quickly put it down here. So we have an imbalance that has to be filled down here. So this is an imbalance that has to be filled for price to do what? For price to continue moving to the upper side. So we have a bigger, so meaning that we have a bigger demand zone here. We have a bigger demand zone here below here. As you can see here. It's more visible on H4. I mean on daily, as you can see there. Let me just go quickly move on H4 so that you can see clearly what I mean by that. So as you can see, guys, here is an imbalance that has to be filled, guys. We have to fill this imbalance for price to move to the upper side. So far price only build up liquidity below this zone. So let me just quickly, this is an liquidity that has to be picked up by the market for us to move up. So now I'll be waiting now. For me now, I'll be waiting for a breakout. Once I see a breakout, and then I enter a sell into this demand zone, and then I'll buy into this higher. I'll buy into this higher, as you can see there. So I'll be waiting for a bigger buy at that demand zone. This is where this demand zone is. So it's where I'll be waiting to buy Euro USD if that happens. So but for now, I'll be in a short-term sell. Once we get a breakout, then I will sell into this demand zone here. So a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio, as you can see there. Or if you get a breakout to the upper side, I will wait for what? I will wait for a pullback, wait for a pullback, and then I'll end up by targeting this high here, because we know if once we break out, this high will be taken out. So you already see we are in an uptrend, as you can see. Overall, we are in an uptrend, as you can see there. So that is my view on Euro USD. Now let's move on to GBP USD. Okay, as you can see now, we are on GBP USD, as you can see. We are on H4. So I expect GBP USD to sell. So this is what I expect. So I'm expecting DXY, GBP USD to break out. Once we receive a breakout, once we get a breakout, then I'll enter aggressively as short-term sell into this demand zone. This is our biggest demand zone. I see what is happening here. We also have liquidity to be taken below here to this equal low. This is what we call equal low. So on the equal low, there is always liquidity below it. So it has to be taken and for the market to move, to continue to the upside. Because as you can see, we are bullish. But if you break this low, then it's a confirmation that, okay, we have now shifted from bullish to bearish now. So I'll be looking to enter sales, short-term sales once we break this low. Let me just quickly go on H1. Let me just quickly go on H1. As you can see on H1, guys, as you can see on H1, once we break out of this trend line, once we break this low, and then I'll enter aggressively at a, a short-term sell into this demand zone here, a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. So my stop loss is quite huge. So as you can see here, we have our stop loss to be safe. We put our stop loss here to be safe. So yeah, that is my view on GBP USD, guys, as you can see here, guys. So liquidity below that has to be taken. So once the market, now I'll be in a short-term sell. Our short-term sell will be here. Once we break this low, and then I'll enter a sell targeting, into this demand zone, which is here. This is where our demand zone, that is where our bigger buy will be. So we'll be buying GBP USD here, but for now we are in a short-term sell. So that is my view on GBP USD, guys. Now let's look at USD JPY. Okay, now looking at USD JPY, as you can see, we are clearly, now we have a change of character here. So meaning that the market is shifted from making lower lows to making lower highs and lower highs. Lower lows and making, the market is shifted from making lower lows to making higher highs and higher lows, as you can see here. So now I'll be waiting now for, here is where the market broke our last high. This is an important high because it broke this low. So we broke it now to confirm that, okay, the market is in a short-term uh, uptrend. This is the short-term uptrend. So we will be buying into this zone here. I will be buying USD JPY into this supply zone that is up here. That is where we will look to enter our sales overall. So we'll be entering our sales overall at this supply zone. For now, we are in a short-term buy. So as you can see here, we are making higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs and higher lows. So we will be waiting for the market here for a bigger sell to the downside. But currently, we are in a short-term uptrend, as you can see, guys. So that is my view on USD JPY, guys. Now let's look at USD CHF. Now looking at USD CHF, guys, as you can see, let me just quickly go on daily. As you can see on daily, guys, let me just quickly zoom in so that you can see clearly what I'm saying. So as you can see, guys, here is our first supply zone. This is our extreme supply zone. It's where we will look to enter our bigger sell. But that is only if price get here. So but if price doesn't get here, then we have our second supply zone. Our second supply zone is this one. So once price gets to this second supply zone, that is where we will look to enter our sales. Now we also have our third supply zone. This is our third supply zone, guys. If price comes at this third supply zone to fill this imbalance which is left here, because I can see there is an equal higher here. Let me just quickly go on H4. So that equal higher is visible. That equal higher is visible on H4, as you can see. Let me just quickly zoom out. You see there that equal higher. So price has to move and take out this liquidity above this equal higher for us to sell. For us to sell, targeting this low here, because we know that okay, in the downtrend this low will go. So that is my view on USD CHF, guys. So guys, if you are interested in joining our free Telegram group, I will drop the link in the video description. I'll also drop it in the comment section so that you can join for free. You don't have to pay anything, guys, to be part of that group. So guys, I do not sell anything in the forex space. I don't do mentorship. I don't sell forex signals. I don't sell forex courses. So the only thing that you can do for me is just by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video and commenting below for so that YouTube can promote my channel to reach higher or a bigger audience, because there are a lot of people that need this kind of information. So by you watching this analysis, you can learn how to analyze the market on your own. So guys, yeah, let's move on now to gold. Gold, guys, as you can see, guys, as you can see, this is daily time frames. So let me just quickly zoom in. So you can see there that one is at DXY. So I mean gold. As you can see now, we are in an uptrend, guys. So as you can see now, let me just quickly go on H4 so that we can clearly see what is happening there. So now, okay, if you are one of those traders that trade that uses trend lines, you can just draw a trend line here. You see a breakout. You see that breakout. So there is a breakout. There is a breakout, and then once you see a breakout like that, it's a breakout. So for you now is either to wait for price to come back and retest this zone and then you buy. That's where I'll be entering our buys. So if I don't, if a price broke this demand zone that I drew down here, then we have our second demand zone here. We have our second big demand zone, which is here. So this is our big demand zone here. Once we are taken out by in the first demand zone, I will enter our buys, our second buys here. I will enter our second buys here, and then I will target this higher here. So I want to 2 or 3 risk reward ratio. So now let me just quickly go to the H1 so that I can show you clearly what is happening there. So now as you can see, guys, as you can see, I will be entering our buy here at this demand zone, our first demand zone. If price doesn't respect this first demand zone, then we enter our buy to the second demand zone. So this is our second demand zone. We already see that okay, that one is a trend line. We broke out of the trend line. Now we are waiting for price to retest the trend line. Once price retests the trend line to to broke this low, to take liquidity to the downside and then buys, then I will be entering our buys. So that is my view on gold, guys. I mostly trade gold. As you can see, most of the people that are in my free Telegram group, they all say that mostly I only focus on gold, so I only trade gold most of the time. But I also add USD JPY, Euro USD, and GBP USD. So those are my main 3 pairs that I usually trade. So yeah, that's my view on the gold, guys. Now let's look at Nasdaq. Now looking at Nasdaq, as you can see, we are in a downtrend. Why am I saying so? Because we have a change of character here. This is our change of character, which shows that, okay, the bears or the sellers are in the market now, because we have a change of character. And then now we will be, okay, as you can see, guys, on Nasdaq, we are on Nasdaq now, as you can see. We are on H4, but let me just quickly go on daily. As you can see on daily, this thing is oversold, guys. I mean, this thing is overbought, guys. So we still have more rooms to move to the downside. So we still haven't get a good pullback for the market to buy, but we will be entering our buys at this zone. So, but for now, we are we have shifted from bullish to bearish, guys. As you can see here, now we have a change of character. The market moved, and then we tapped into this we tapped already into the supply zone that is up here. We already tap into this supply zone that is up there. So now what we do now, okay, let me just quickly go on H1. As you can see on H1 here, now I will be waiting for what? So now I'll be waiting for what? I'll be waiting for a break of this trend line. Once we break this trend line, then we have a pullback, then I'll sell. But for me, I'll enter aggressively once we get a breakout of this zone. If we just break out of this low, then I'll enter aggressively targeting this low here, targeting this demand zone which is below here. So that is where I will be entering, or that is where I will be targeting. That's where I will enter my last TP. So, but for now, as you can see, we are in a uptrend, but we already tap into this supply zone here. So after tapping into the supply zone, and then we have our second change of character. So this is our second change of character, as you can see, our second choke. So this is our second choke, guys. So now we already now, okay, now let me just quickly again, this is our last supply zone. So market is quite clear here, guys. Nasdaq is quite clear. So we are the downside. We now shifted from bullish to bearish, guys, once we tapped into the supply zone. So here is our change of character, as you can see. Here is our change of character, guys. After we do what? After we did tap into the supply zone up here. So now I will be waiting to enter sales. Once we get those sales, then I will enter sales targeting this demand zone here. So I want to just quickly go on H4. I want to 3 risk reward ratio, guys, because our stop loss is a bit and not, our stop loss is a bit wide. So yeah. So guys, that is my view on Nasdaq, guys. Let's move on to our last pair of our analysis, which is USD. Now looking at USD, guys, as you can see here, as you can see, this thing is overbought, guys. So it has been moving like this. So for now we are just waiting for a breakout. Once we get a breakout, and then a retest, and then we sell, targeting this into this demand zone here. So we have our second demand zone, but this one is not important, but we will have an eye on this one to see what is price going to do at this uh, second demand zone. But so yeah, for now we are only interested in ourselves. Once we get a breakout of structure, once we get a breakout to the downside of these trend lines, and then we wait for a retest, and then we end ourselves. Our stop loss is quite huge. So as you can see here, our stop loss is quite huge, as you can see. So a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. I always aim for a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. I don't aim for this crazy risk reward ratio or 10R or these other funny things. So those one, they are not really that reliable. So it's better to stick on to the 1 to 2 or 1 to 1 or 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Those one, they are a reality. Those are the things that are quite achievable. So yeah, don't aim for this crazy risk reward ratio. So as for me now, guys, if you still watch until the end of this video, guys, do something for me by hitting the subscribe button, liking the video, commenting below if you have any setup that you mostly trade, but you see that okay, we did not include in our weekly forex market analysis. You can drop in the comment section so that next time when I process make a video, I'll include it in our analysis, guys. So you can join our Telegram for free. It's for free. You don't have to pay anything. I mostly trade gold, USD, Nasdaq, and the GBP USD and the Euro USD. Those are my favorite pairs that I mostly trade. But mostly I trade gold, guys. Gold is my favorite pair. If you are in our free Telegram group, you can see, you can obviously see that most of the trades that I take are on gold, guys. So guys, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.